Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some makeup products that I completely forgot about, some products that I'm going to be getting rid of, and some of these products I will be probably repurchasing in the future, but I'm not really sure. So let's just dive into the video and decide which were my favorite and which were not so favorite products of the year, hopefully. But I guess some of these products have been sitting in the drawers a little bit longer than a year. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, we're going to get started with one of the products that I purchased. This is MAC and Prime. I guess in April, maybe in March. I don't remember, guys. And I'm out of the final tube of this primer from MAC, and it has absolutely nothing for me, my skin, my makeup whatsoever. I haven't noticed a drastic difference if I have this on or if I have no primer on whatsoever. My makeup stays pretty much the same, and that is a complete waste of money in my opinion if you purchase this MAC and Prime. If it works for you, that's great. For me, it literally did absolutely nothing. So maybe you just have to hydrate your skin. But I use Nivea aftershave lotion, and I know a lot of beauty gurus, they're using the product as a primer instead of primer. Maybe the product that I'm talking about is actually making the difference, but this one has done absolutely nothing for me. So no, I'm not going to be repurchasing this. Now let's dive into foundations. I am almost out of the products. This is Catrice HD Liquid Coverage 24-hour foundation, and I am literally out of the product. Maybe I have a couple more drops for one time or maybe two more times, and I'm done. I'm scooping the most out of it and squeezing this as a lemon. I love Catrice foundation. This one is matte in particular, and sometimes I mix it with a little bit different products, but for now I can tell this one is really good. I love this foundation. It's liquid, it's full coverage, and stays pretty much well over my face. Can say it's 24 hours, but definitely it's gonna last. Will I repurchase this? I don't really know, because my new favorite foundation is from Wet n Wild and from ROCHE-POSAY. Both of the products I am using, those are not full coverage foundations, and they're doing a great job, and the skin looks gorgeous with Wet n Wild and ROCHE-POSAY. If you're interested, I'm going to leave down in the description box some links where you can check out the reviews. But this one is probably too full coverage for me, and maybe I will go back to this product later. But for now, that is great. I will recommend it, but maybe I will not repurchase this because I found a little bit better products for my preferences. Then I have this Essence Soft Touch Mousse Makeup. It is really nice. The formula is nothing like wet formulas, and you can tell that I'm almost out of this product as well. I've been wearing this a lot. Love it, but your face has to be extremely hydrated before you use this foundation, and maybe this foundation is not so good for dry skin girlies. It's really good for maybe oily skin or normal skin types. And I would definitely recommend to use your foundation brush with this product, because with the Beauty Blender, it might look a little bit weird and you might take it off. So just try to be gentle and try to use foundation brushes with mousse foundations. Will I repurchase that? I don't know. This is really nice formula, and I'm actually wearing this foundation now. It's matching my skin color, my undertone pretty well because it's super fair. The color is 13 Matte Porcelain, and I am extremely fair. This foundation is matching me really well. If you have any problems, if you struggle with this kind of issue, I guess you should consider this foundation, because it does really, it doesn't have a lot of yellow. It doesn't have yellow in it, a lot of yellow. It's quite beige, I'd say. Maybe they added some extreme amount of pigment to neutralize yellow, but this one is really, really good. I like it. Still, go into my Wet n Wild option and ROCHE-POSAY. That is the main reason why I will probably purchase this maybe one day, but not for now. I'm still playing around and I'm still enjoying the moments with my Wet n Wild and ROCHE-POSAY. Then we're going to be going to this Catrice HD Matte Powder Foundation. I will be probably just giving this out to some of my friends or family members. Maybe the problem is with my skin in particular, though my skin is not really sensitive and it's not super picky with the products. That is the main reason why I think it's probably not going to work for a lot of people out there. Though I know a couple of my subscribers, not a couple, like one of my subscribers, Veronica Kirkesva, if I'm mistaken, commented that she really loved the product. She really loved Catrice. It didn't really work for me. I have 2 reviews of this powder because I actually got one more comment from, I don't know if this girl is my subscriber or just watched some of the videos and recommended to use more products to hydrate my skin before I applied this powder, and I did so, and it still didn't really work for me. That is the main reason why I will be giving this away or just throw this in the trash, because this is not my favorite product. And I literally tried to use it multiple times in different ways, with foundation, without foundation, with the brush, with no brush, with the sponge, by the way, with wet and with dry sponges, with using some fix and spray on top and using beauty blender, or using just fix and spray without any beauty blender. You know, yeah, it's been a journey, and I don't really want to do a voodoo dance around some makeup product to work. I mean, it should work for me. If I pay for that, it should work for me, and if it's on the market, it should work for me. That's why, thank you, but no. Then I'm going to be going with my Hello Good Stuff. This is primer serum from Essence, and I did another review. Well, it's really hard to say if I like it or I hate it. And honestly, this is not a bad product, and I have some leftovers, but I'm not going to be using this. I don't really think it's safe to use because it's been sitting in the drawer for maybe 2 years. And I used this primer for my face whenever I was done with my makeup. So I used that as a setting spray on top of setting spray, and it looked really pretty. And I like the way my foundation was stained, but whenever I used this primer underneath my foundations, the foundation was looking weird, as if the coating of the primer was actually taken off a little bit of my foundation, or maybe it was just, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it was really weird. And that was the main reason why I stopped using that as a primer. I cannot recommend this product. Like, maybe with a little bit different foundation it's going to work, but as for something that you use on top of your makeup, that is worth trying. Now we're going to be going with Catrice Ultra Last Fix and Spray Transport Proof, Waterproof, No Alcohol, No Perfume. I have another review on my channel. Not a huge fan of this product, and honestly, I kind of got used to the formula a little bit, and I know how to use it for my makeup not to be ruined, and I have not that much left. You know, like maybe that much. Whenever I'm done, I'm just going to be going to my Essence Fix and Spray, the one that I love and the one that served me well for years. And I don't know why I really decided to switch into a little bit different lasting fix and sprays. I will not go to the fix and spray from Catrice. First of all, it does have a little bit of oil. Honestly, it feels like it has some oil, because when I did a review, I spritzed this fix and spray on the back of the hand, and this wasn't drying out, and I had a real blotch of oil over my skin. And honestly, the spritzer is not really good because it gives a lot of the product. It's not distributing the product evenly, and that is the main issue. You just get a lot of the product on one spot and your makeup starts separating. So yeah, and you can't actually change the spritzer because it has a weird shape. Will not recommend this one. Now we're going to my Essence Tiny Tip Liner. This is color black, and it's dry. It's almost, no, it's not. Oh, it's not dry. Honestly, it's not dry, but the main reason I stopped using the product is because it's really hard to use it on top of your eyeshadows. For a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 10 times on top of your eyeshadows, this glides on pretty well. But whenever you do this maybe on your 11th or 12th time, this gets stuck. It's really messy. You don't get an even line, and it feels like it's dry. So the tip is dry. The other back of like the other half of your tip is not dry, but still it's giving the product only when you're pushing. Well, it's just the whole science behind this, you know, whatever. Any longer, I'm not a huge fan of black eyeliners like as pencils because they're drying pretty quickly. And I used to have one from BH Cosmetics, and I really loved from BH Cosmetics, my black eyeliner, but still it was drying quite fast. I mean, I can use it only for 1 month or maybe 2 month top, and then it's completely dry. And as for some tube eyeliners that I got used to, at first it was a little bit hard for me, but you know, it's so much longer. It's serving so much longer. And if you can find a better tip to use your eyeliner, you can master your eyeliner, and it's going to be precise, thin, really pretty, and it's going to last you so much longer, definitely, because you got the tube and the formula there is just staying so much more liquid than in the pan. Well, my recommendation is if you have this issue with pencils, with pan eyeliners, and it dries out pretty quickly and it's messing your tail, then go to a tube eyeliners. It takes time to adjust this in your routine, but still it makes sense to switch. Then we have another eyeliner pan from Essence. By the way, this one is from Essence, and this one is again from Essence White Eyeliner. Honestly, it does look really pretty, and I still have a lot of the product. you know, whenever I use it, I can't see this product. It's invisible, almost invisible, because the tip gets dirty pretty fast from any of my eyeshadows, and whenever I try to use it, it doesn't come through any of my eyeshadows. And I'm super pale, but still you can see that this white is not brightening white. The one from Dior, I have eyeliner. Let me just show you the difference. Here's the difference between these two. First of all, the tip is so much thinner, and you can create a thin line, you can create a thick line. Here it's just thick, bulky, and almost transparent with white, I don't know, undertone. That is the main reason. Look at this bracelet. Look at this bracelet. I can't just not show you this pretty bracelet. But okay, let's get back to my point. You can tell the difference, and that is the main reason why I'm saying goodbye to this eyeliner, because as much as I really wanted to use it in my everyday makeup routine, I couldn't, because it was pointless. And yeah, you know the reasons. So goodbye. And finally, I have Duo. This is my glue, and this is a lash glue. I purchased it years ago, and I do have some glue inside, but it's dry, and I can't get the product from the bottom of the tube, I guess. So yeah, you can't do anything with this glue anymore because it's super dry, but I really loved, and if I had a chance to repurchase this glue, I would have repurchased. Unfortunately, with sanctions and all of the stuff, for now I can't do that. And for those who are not aware, I'm from Russia, and maybe if anything changes in the future, I will repurchase this product. But honestly, I can't say I use glue, lash glues all the time. I don't. Honestly, I don't really wear lashes, falsies, all the time. Maybe sometimes whenever I go out, and I don't know why. And I have pretty long lashes myself, and with a great mascara or maybe 2-3 more coats on top of my lashes, it does look fine and it does look pretty. And sometimes falsies, they do look a little bit artificial on me, and that is the reason why I don't really use them. Only when I put on some gems or stones over my makeup. That's probably the only time I'm using the glue. And that is it, guys, for today, because these products, I am almost out of these products. Some of these products are dry or expired, or just not gonna go with them any further, and I will get rid of them. But it's always up to you if you want to try these products or if you don't. And it's always gonna be different what skin type you have. I mean, is it oily or dry or normal skin? And that is gonna help with the choosing of your products. Guys, and I love you all so much. I loved the makeup vlog that I've created for today's video. You can check this out in my shorts, and till my next video, bye bye.